Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program in Azərbaycan Televiziya with the major developments of the day. I'm Gülər Hətamova. On December 15th, President İlham had a joint meeting with President of the European Council, Charles Michel, and Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, in Brussels.
The sides discussed a number of important issues at the meeting, which was held in a constructive atmosphere. The issue of the mining of the liberated territories of Azerbaijan was brought up on the agenda, and the European Union's readiness to provide technical assistance to Azerbaijan in this regard was underlined at the meeting. Both sides agreed to establish a temporary working group on the delimitation of the Armenian-Azerbaijani border. They also widely discussed the issue of opening communication and transport lines. The Armenian side has reaffirmed its commitment to build a railway from its territory. It was noted that the Armenian side would soon start construction of the railway. The agreement was reached to ensure customs and border control issues based on the principle of reciprocity. Discussions will continue on defining the route of the highway. The President of the European Council made a press statement on the results of the meeting.
President İlham met with President of the Republic of Moldova, Maya Sandu, in Brussels.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you in person, finally.
Very glad to see you.
Thank you.
It's our first meeting. I'd like to congratulate you with the election once again and wish you success.
Thank you very much.
I hope that relations between our countries will continue to develop in positive direction, and of course personal contacts play an important role in this respect.
Indeed, thank you very much, Mr. President, and I would like to express my appreciation for the fact that you were there when we needed help with the gas crisis, and we could talk and we could explore potential solutions. In the end, we found a short-term solution, but we are still interested to discuss our cooperation in the energy sector, and of course we are very interested in exploring the possibilities to deepen our cooperation with respect to the business cooperation, the trade exchanges. We are very interested in improving the business environment in Moldova. We want to create more jobs for our people. We are interested in attracting foreign investors, and we are interested in exploring new markets as any other country is. So I do see this possibility of establishing the contacts and then maybe helping our businesses talk to each other, organizing business forums so that we could help the citizens of both countries.
Yes, I agree with you. I think we need to also strengthen the activity of Joint Intergovernmental Commission.
Indeed.
And maybe to plan a new session, because they didn't convene for almost 10 years. And I looked at some data, the level of mutual trade is very small.
Indeed.
So I think there's a potential to increase it, but for that, of course, as you mentioned, the business circles should get together. And if the Commission meets, they can also make presentations about the potential, about investment opportunities, business climate, so that we can increase the level of mutual trade. I think we can find a lot of goods to offer to each other. And also on the energy cooperation issue, as you know, we are actively working with European institutions and with member states of the EU. And for us, of course, entering the new market also is of big importance. And therefore, I think they will find also the common ground on that issue as well.
The sides noted that Azerbaijan and Moldova have always supported each other's territorial integrity, the cooperation within international organizations, holding the next meeting of the Intergovernmental Commission in the coming days, holding political consultations between the two countries' foreign ministries, cooperation in the fields of energy, investment, as well as business circles of the countries were discussed at the meeting.
President İlham also met with President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, in Brussels.
Greeting President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky, President Ilham Aliyev recalled Volodymyr Zelensky's visit to Azerbaijan and noted its great importance for the development of bilateral relations. Expressing his satisfaction with the fact that all the instructions given were under the implementation and Ukrainian-Azerbaijani relations were developing successfully, the head of state brought to the attention successful cooperation in many areas and the interest in expanding these ties. Of course, personal contacts create special conditions for achieving these goals. I'm sure that today's meeting will be very productive and successful. Today, we will participate in the Eastern Partnership Summit together. We have a lot of work, said President Ilham Aliyev. Expressing his gratitude to President Ilham Aliyev for holding a separate meeting on the sidelines of the summit, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky thanked the head of state for the continued political support extended by Azerbaijan to Ukraine and for the support of territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine. I have very good memories of our meeting in Azerbaijan 2 years ago. Azerbaijan is a very hospitable country. I take this opportunity to invite you to visit Ukraine. I was hoping that you would visit our country on the 30th anniversary of our independence, but I also understand that the situation in the world is difficult these days due to COVID. However, the 30th anniversary of independence is celebrated throughout the year from August to August next year. Therefore, I do hope that you will have the opportunity to come to Ukraine, and we will look forward to your visit, said Volodymyr Zelensky. The sides also touched upon the activities of the Intergovernmental Commission, mutual visits of business delegations, and exchanged views on the development of economic and trade relations, especially cooperation in the field of energy.
The 6th Eastern Partnership Summit of the European Union kicked off in Brussels. The Kingdom of Belgium. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, attended the summit. President Ilham Aliyev's visit to the Belgian capital Brussels was remembered with historical moments. The European Union has reiterated its interest in deepening comprehensive cooperation with Azerbaijan. The decisive moment of this visit to Brussels was the next meeting between President of Azerbaijan and the Prime Minister of Armenia, with the participation of the President of the Council of the European Union and the statement made.
The head of our state achieved another diplomatic success on the international arena. The European Union has adopted the principles set by Azerbaijan for the post-war period. The organization noted the successful development of relations with Baku. The European Union is determined to continue its support for the normalization of Armenian and Azerbaijani relations. Western centers are already convinced that the opening of communications and the demarcation of borders will help to turn the page of the war forever. Azerbaijan put an end to a long-lasting Armenian occupation of our territories. Azerbaijan itself implemented resolutions of the United Nations Security Council demanding unconditional and full withdrawal of Armenian troops from our territories, and Azerbaijan has put an end to war. Therefore, now it's time to think about peace and to turn the page. We are ready for that, said President Ilham Aliyev. The views expressed by President Ilham Aliyev on peace a few months ago were also a pivotal moment at the trilateral meeting of the President of Azerbaijan and the Prime Minister of Armenia, with the participation of the President of the Council of the European Union. The statement made by the President of the European Union following the results of the trilateral meeting, a reference to the statements of November 10, 2020, January 11 and November 26 of this year. The words about the importance of fulfilling the obligations imposed by these documents can be interpreted as an important step towards a diplomatic victory and a peace process of official Baku. The Union states that the Karabakh conflict is a thing of the past and it's important to look to the future. The absence in the document of any thesis on the status or the unresolved nature of the Karabakh issue shows that Yerevan's expectations from Belgium were not met. Raising the issue of the fate of the missing 4,000 Azerbaijanis in the First Karabakh War for the first time, in fact, makes Armenia responsible for the fate of missing. Humanitarian issues, the issues of mind maps, restoration and rehabilitation work, and the offer to assist in the delimitation and demarcation of borders indicate that the decisions taken in Turkey have been reaffirmed in Brussels. The border between Armenia and Azerbaijan has not been delimited yet. Therefore, we have repeatedly stated that we are ready to start the demarcation process without delay. Moreover, we have openly offered the Armenian side to start working on a peace agreement to end the conflict, recognize each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty, and encourage the sides to live as neighbors in the future, to live as neighbors again, said President Ilham Aliyev. A few other moments. In the statement, it's proposed to support the development of economic cooperation in the South Caucasus region and to establish a joint economic cooperation platform. It is necessary to create a communication infrastructure in the region to open and develop lines that ensure coordination between countries. The statement's emphasis on the construction of the railway line shows that the agitation around the Zangezur corridor by the Armenian side has completely failed. Nikol Pashinyan's post on his Facebook page saying, "We have confirmed the agreement to reopen the railways," leaves no doubt that the obstacles to the opening of Zangezur corridor were eliminated. Thus, the tripartite meeting in Brussels once again demonstrated the fact that the conditions of the post-war period dictated by the President of Azerbaijan were accepted in the international arena and that it was impossible for Yerevan to abandon these conditions.
Especially when entitled abuse of fundraising activities for corruption and other criminal purposes was organized by the Azerbaijani delegation within the 9th session of Conference of States Parties to the United Nations Convention Against Corruption in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, during the panel discussion, a representative of the Azerbaijani Financial Monitoring Service said that during the 40-day war, Armenian diaspora organizations operating abroad collected $170 million, of which $110 million was illegally transferred to the Armenian budget. This fact was acknowledged by high-ranking Armenian officials, and the funds collected from citizens of different countries under the guise of humanitarian aid were used to arm illegal armed groups previously deployed on the liberated territories of Azerbaijan. The Foreign Ministry says that the Azerbaijani side will continue to expose anti-Azerbaijani fundraising campaigns of Armenian diaspora organizations on all international platforms. That was all for the day. Keep up to date with all the news by following us on social media. Goodbye.